On this episode of the Rocklopedia Fake Bandica, we give you part 2 of our Adult Swim series where we discuss all about Aqua Teen Hunger Force. If you don't know who they are, get ready for a wild ride. This is the Rocklopedia Fake Bandica. Welcome to the Rocklopedia Fake Bandica. I'm Charles, and this is going to be part 2 of our Adult Swim episodes because it was just going to be too long episode on its own. And, you know, nobody has time to be sitting there listening to a 2-hour show. You don't. So we're going to try to cut it down a little bit. And this is all going to be about Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And let's just go and act like this is part 2. Okay, thank you. Take it away, Alan. All right, we are back.
And we are back with Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah. Oh, now this one's weird.
Making the homies say ho and the girls want to scream. Yeah, this is the only original William Street show that is kind of possibly still being made. I don't know. It's last season was 2023. They've put out some webisodes about it involving it. There's the season before was 2015, so who knows if it's officially over or not. I don't know. Yeah. As I mentioned, the None of This Matters, which is the podcast Dana Snyder, who's the voice of Shake, was doing the MC Chris. He's not said, it's officially canceled, but they've referred to it in the past tense, so maybe it's done. I don't know.
Well, it kind of feels a little like Futurama, too. I mean, that keeps coming.
That's true, yeah.
Well, and this show, unlike most of that you've already talked about, which were old like shows that were, this one's all brand new.
This is all brand new, yeah.
It did start on, well, I'll let Alan get
that. Well, yeah, it's brand new. I mean, Brack Show was largely redone, but they used some of the same characters from this thing. But yeah, this was all
brand new characters.
Yeah. And what are the characters? You got Charles. You remember you watched the show, didn't you? Or
rarely did. There was Master Shake.
I love this show. I watched the hell of this show.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Master Shake. It's Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and it was kind of set up as this.
It's like a Happy Meal that was a cop show.
But they don't ever actually do any like solving of like superheroes or
fighting bad
or whatever
guys.
Like that. It's just they're kind of these 3 like loser guys who hang around in their crappy house in New Jersey and bother their neighbor.
But one is actually literally a giant cup full of milkshake.
Yes.
Frylock is actually
an order of fries with a goatee.
With a goatee who floats in space because he doesn't have legs.
Well, he has like a magic. He has like the gem of Idaho Declees or something like that. I think Idaho Declees. Yeah. And then the other one, Meat Wad, is a
literal wad of raw hamburger meat. Who just rolls around and extrudes limbs when he needs a limb. So so they look like they could theoretically have powers and fight crime with them. And that's how they were presented when they first appeared on was it Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
We'll talk about that.
Okay,
it's a weird story about that. So I will say, I love this show. Of the early Adult Swim shows, I think it was probably the one that had the biggest immediate impact as far as like for their original things. Weirdly, one of the things I remember was that it was strangely influential with ESPN. So Scott Fight, I believe he's pronounced his name. ESPN Radio. He had a whole segment of Carl, who was a character on the show. He would pick that week's games.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Carl,
he would appear on the show.
He would appear on the show on and ESPN Radio. But I remember watching and seeing and one of the ESPN nightly with the nightly news
Sports
Center. Yeah. One of the guys actually said that when make the homies say ho and the girls want to scream, which was a line from Schooly D's theme song. And it was like, and I remember just being like, like it's bleeding. Like it's
that was back in the day. Sports Center anchors used to, take a lot of catchphrases all over the place for the clips. It was one of the best late night shows around.
Yeah.
When they were in their heyday.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was also the very first Adult Swim show to get a movie, which was 2007's Aqua Teen Hunger Force : movie film for theaters. And colon is part of the title.
That's the word colon. Yes, it's not the punctuation mark. The actual word colon is in the title.
Yeah. That was where the bomb scare thing happened. So basically what happened to promote the movie and to promote the show in 2007, they put these basically homemade light brights featuring the Moonanite characters, who were these two aliens from the moon,
very simple,
who would come down and like kind of hassle the Aqua Teens, and they were 8-bit, poorly drawn 8-bit characters, and so it was them just
lighting up,
shooting the bird, and like that was there to promote, but. Someone reported it as a suspicious device.
Well, they slapped them up like under bridges and overpasses.
But it was weird is that it was in multiple cities, but only Boston was like
freaked
lost
out.
Their mind.
Yeah.
And so, there's a whole Wikipedia entry on it. The local promo people, I think, got fined and might have had to do community service. And it was the most ridiculous thing. But like Boston lost their mind about this.
Yeah.
Their community service was probably forming a band with their attorneys.
That's a good thing. So the main characters are, as we said, Matt Shake, voiced by Dana Snyder. He also did voices on Chowder. A lot of times, he's a very distinctive voice. You would recognize him. Carrie Means did Frylock, and he was another person we were hoping to have contribute to this episode.
Yeah, we tried, didn't we?
He does cameos, but unfortunately, he doesn't do commercial promotion cameos. So he does personal ones. So he doesn't he's not.
Couldn't you have just lied and said, my friend, his first name is Rocklopedia, his last name is Fake Bandica.
I just feel bad. But
you could just say hi to him and tell him how great he is.
I did get one because he's apparently, again, non-union actors. Like he's trying to fight off homelessness by doing cameos. And so they do a lot of cons and things there. Dave Willis, who co-created the show and actually went to Wake Forest. Actually, he was a DJ on the Wake Forest radio. And
Meatwad was a demon deek.
Meatwad was. He did the voice of Meatwad, and Carl Brutanalana Dalaluski. It kind of changed the pronunciation, but Carl and Meatwad. Carl was there.
Carl was
Jersey.
Great there. Was he there? I guess
he's their neighbor. He was like, he always wore flip flops. He went sweatpants.
He was
just
had his tank top shirt
and ball. It was always had like mustard on it.
Yeah.
He was like dirty.
He's got like a Jersey accent,
it's set in New Jersey.
That's right.
So he's set in New Jersey. So remember how I said that Space Ghost Coast to Coast was pretty much key to pretty much all of Adult Swim?
Oh, yeah.
Once again, there's a connection. Team might kind of mention this, but so what happened was in 1999, Willis and Matt Malaro wrote the Baffler Meal episode for Space Ghost Coast to Coast, where it was supposed to be he was going to meet these crime-fighting
superhero team
mascots.
Right.
And they scrapped it, and they ended up doing an episode for Old Kentucky Shark. I'm sorry, no, it was called Kentucky Nightmare, and it was the one where basically they got a sponsor, and the sponsor was Old Kentucky Shark, which was a dead shark. And it goes like, that shark's always been there. It's like, this isn't new. This is our new sponsor. He's always been old. That's Old Kentucky Shark, and he's always been there. It was an incredibly trippy episode.
Whoa.
So they reworked the characters into Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and then they ended up just, I guess, to close the circle, they made the Baffler Meal episode. They reworked it a little bit. They played with the script some, and then in 2003, after Aqua Teen Hunger Force was already on the air, they did the Baffler Meal episode with their original design. So it's
like a different version of the team where they're actually more of superheroes.
Yeah, Frylock has arm and legs.
I was thinking synergy, but then no, it's not synergy at all. It's just
as I mentioned before, Malero plays guitar. There was a lot of music on Aqua Teen. Master Shake is by far the most interested in having a musical career. All three of them have musical moments, but
they don't really have any other careers going on or jobs.
Well, they're just hanging out.
They have lots of careers. Like they work at Slurp-a-Lunch, which was the place where they would liquefy meat into shakes, and then people would eat them. Yeah, so it's one of their dishes was called Bratthurst. It's disgusting. They had
a slurry restaurant. You're telling me
essentially, So,
no, that would never work. You got to be crazy to do a slurry restaurant.
Occasionally,
you're underestimating the toothless crowd.
They're shown occasionally with jobs or like things, but they don't. Yeah, it's nothing consistent, and a lot of episodes they will die, and
continuity is not the point of these shows.
But in the show's 9th episode, MCP Pants, remember that name. So Shake is shown working on new material by playing guitar, even though, as Frylock says, he doesn't have old material. And this is what his new material sounds like.
You make me feel emotional. Rewind, turn that down. Kissing you. Damn it, exit.
To be fair, music has to start somewhere. I mean, the canon of Western music.
The trick is first you got to start with music.
Well, the canon of Western music, I mean, songs like The Queen of the Night's aria, Rhapsody in Blue, and First Let Me Take a Selfie. I mean, all of those sounded rough at first too, I think, but they all became great music afterwards, especially the selfie song, yes. The song that was distracting him, just like hold on to that too. So we'll come back to them a little bit. We actually had mentioned another Master Shake music episode earlier in the long...
2 different episodes.
Well, actually the same episode.
That's right.
This was in the long band name episode, Spirit Journey Formation Anniversary. It included the Black Mountain Scorpion Hoedown Bluegrass Experience Gang, which, as we mentioned, was an animatronic band of 2 scorpions that Shake hired to sing his replacement for the birthday song.
Deep within the wall of time, a creature must be born. The seed of life is united with the egg of tyranny. Jesse's forth from within the womb of life for 3/4 years. The queen should thus be born. The queen should thus be born.
There's that clip we promised you.
Yeah, that was co-written by Zakk Wylde, according to the show.
Wow.
And Geddy Lee, I believe. I honestly don't know why that hasn't caught on. It's so singable. Along with terrorizing the city of Boston with some light bright images in 2007, the movie came out, and Shake is shown playing his new acoustic hit, Nude Love.
Nude love moves over me like a storm. Before you were born, nude love, there's something in your eye, and I realize in the sky, nude love.
I mean, honestly, it's so bad, but it reminds me of the band The Frogs. If you've ever heard, like, It's Only Right Natural.
Something
it's
to look up.
Yeah, it's very, it's where that was a good drum break from the Beck song. Yeah, they actually were the ones, that was a little sample of them. But
okay.
It's so bad, though, that it causes an exercise machine to commit suicide. So the Insanoflex is this exercise machine that when it kind of almost fits in the Rocklopedia, I'm not sure, though. When it turns on, it automatically plays the techno song, I Like Your Booty, But I'm Not Gay. Okay. And so it just plays the same song over and over again. I don't know if that counts as a musician or not.
It could just be pre-recorded from the company with somebody else with that song.
Yeah, I don't know if it counts. Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, the best thing about the song Nude Love, other than its horribleness, is that in which it appears you can actually hear the whole thing on the logically named Aqua Teen Hunger Force : movie film for theaters : the soundtrack.
Nice.
Also, again, the colons are full
spelled
words
out.
in there.
Yep.
The track actually includes some other music, including Shake collaborating with Nashville Pussy on the song Face Omelet.
What?
Yeah. And the song Misfits and Mistakes by Superchunk from Chapel Hill.
Our own Superchunk is on there. Wow.
So Nude Love is actually the bonus track. And then after it's over, then there's like a little bit of silence in these 2 other songs.
Wow.
Which confuses a lot of these streaming services pretty badly.
I'll bet.
The movie also includes a bit where Meatwad headlines Girl Quest 2007, although for some reason Frylock calls it Girl Quest 2005, and it's not explained or whatever. It's not like
somebody messed up.
I'm assuming the writers were just stoned.
Yeah.
One of them said 2005 is funnier. One of them says 2007 is funny. They said, we'll just do them both. Let them decide.
We'll fix
the fans will decide.
Yeah. So as part of his musical show, he was hoping to attract women by shooting kittens out of high-powered plasma cannons. So we don't have to see how that works, though. Back in the show, though, later on, after the movie came out and didn't do that well, but
I never even heard of the movie. So,
I remember just because it had a funny title, but it did not do business.
No, it didn't really do very well. I would blame COVID, except that it was like 10 years, 12 years before. And in a PE Christmas, which was from December 13, 2009, which actually features Chuck D as doing a voice, Shake and Meatwad steal Flava Flav, Chuck D, and Terminator X's identities so that they can record a Christmas album called Bring the Toys, a Public Enemy Christmas.
That's awesome.
It's great. And he even created a cover, which is a parody of Fear of a Black Planet, except that there's a milkshake in the PE logo.
Nice.
And a Santa beard on the earth.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So although they did pixelate the Public Enemy, I guess maybe Chuck D was like, I'm okay with most of this, but like,
I can't show the actual
don't
name.
Put my name on there.
Okay.
And his version of Flava Flav wears a digital clock around his neck, which I thought was kind of a nice little...
it's the future now.
Future,
yeah. Come on.
And it really does capture the spirit of the holiday.
Happy birthday, Jesus! You are the one coming down to Earth from planet Krypton, rolling out tracks and getting it on like the Wrath of Khan with ricotta on the buns. It rained fishes and loaves on the bitches and the hoes. They said they want some more, and he said, hell now! You work at the flow! You ghost riding the whip! You suck it on me!
Okay, let's cut it there.
Woo! It's a holiday classic at this house.
It also comes out that Chuck D has a dumpster full of space eels. Yeah.
The things in this show, I swear.
Adult Swim actually did release
Chuck D's actually in the episode voicing it.
Does that, yeah, and he actually says the phrase space eels, which, you know, it's like... Adult Swim did release a Christmas album featuring Aqua Teens called Have Yourself a Meaty Little Christmas in 2009. It's pretty fun, although I don't know how that counts as far as fake bands or whatever, because
like albums and character.
Their album and character. So.
We haven't really covered that. We'll have to do the show on that.
So the next big musical one is the Chicken and Beans episode from 2012. And that was actually the first time that Meatwad really challenged Shake's musical crown. He did sing in earlier episodes. He actually kept singing little bits of Tom Sawyer by Rush, little snippets of it throughout them. But he's playing the substandard restaurant, the open mic night there, which I kind of love.
That's a great name.
Like, why haven't I started a restaurant yet? He's basically the Meatwad of other episodes, only he has long hair. I guess it's a wig. Yeah. And his show is kind of underwhelming because the MC introduces him as Meal Wand. And
so is that the name he's singing under? Is that his?
No, just probably misread it.
They just messed it up.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah. Okay. Oh well.
So look at him and see he is a wad of meat.
Yeah.
Meal Wand.
Meal Wand. He keeps forgetting the lyrics of his song Chicken and Beans, and then he ends up projectile vomiting everywhere. So here's what it sounds like.
Chicken and beans, the best looking dinner that I've ever seen. You better go get you some chicken and lime. What is it? Chicken and what?
Beans, Meatwad, beans!
I don't feel good.
No, you're doing great.
No, I'm not.
Yeah!
However, once it actually hits not YouTube, which
I love when they have to like make up a fake website for shows.
He gets 300,000 hits in 1 hour.
Oh, wow.
So he gets invited to appear on Lopez Tonight.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty good, except that Lopez Tonight had been canceled the year before.
Well, this is a different universe, Al.
I don't know how long these scripts percolate.
It takes a while to make cartoons.
Yeah, someone has to hit the button on animate on their Flash install, yeah. People love projectile vomiting, which is the same reason why Love Will Keep Us Together got big. You know, if you remember the video for that, when Tennille just like pukes all over the
captain.
The captain. Yeah. It's off. It's just, yeah. Shake gets jealous, and so he records his own food song, Bruschetta Nights, in an attempt to replicate the success.
Bruschetta! Bruschetta nights! Gonna eat bruschetta all night long! Bruschetta! Bruschetta night! Oh! It's like a pizza, but it's made of bread! Ow!
Sadly, his not YouTube video only has 27 hits, and they're all come from his computer.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me of a certain podcast.
I know that feeling. That feeling is too real.
I asked you both to like our own episodes.
I have been.
I said, well, I know there's 2 likes on the episode. I'm like, I'm one of them.
All right, I'll
you
get
two.
to it.
I'll get to it. Me.
Get to it.
Anyway,
I say like our stuff on YouTube, so people will listen to it. You should do it immediately. You don't have to have it in your memory anymore. You say, okay, like.
You didn't tell me to smash that like button.
I didn't realize I had to hit it so far.
At some point here, we're going to have to do this whole the Cantina Band song #1. We're going to have to get people liking and subscribing. We're going to have to start getting people really paying attention to this.
Exactly.
And it all starts with T-Mike hitting the like button.
Okay, all right.
One time.
Fine, I'm the butterfly flapping in the Amazon then.
There you go.
All right.
Anyway, Shake ends up getting sued by, as he terms it, 5 Aryan arachnids because it sounds so much like their song Big City Nights. And then in the Skins episode from 2013, there's this whole adventure with a set of cursed bongos and like a drum circle and this intangible alien who has no skin. And weirdly, again, going back to sports things, one of the hippies is voiced by former Falcons cornerback Thomas DeCowd.
What?
Which I know. It's like he's just like a random Atlanta Falcons player who came in and did a voice.
Well, it was in Atlanta, so
yeah.
That's almost as weird as that random football player in Charles's favorite fake band TV and movie series. The acapella one.
You mean Pitch Perfect?
Yes, Pitch Perfect.
When the Green Bay Packers did their own show?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
There were lots of Green Bay Packers, not just one, but a lot of them.
We got there.
Oh man.
Okay.
The temperature in the room raised from T-Mike's thinking. It was insane.
Ow.
That look on his face, like, what I'm talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Anyway, this band, based upon my own troubles with coughing and whatever, it was meant for me to announce. It's a violin, trombone, vocal trio. It was started by the Aqua Teens, and they end up forming this band and playing at the Mattress Store. They are credited as Def Lep. So that's Def Lep parentheses clears throat.
Because they can't use the actual name of the real band Def Leppard, so they're Def Leppard.
We knew there was a reason why you were doing this coughing business.
Exactly.
All set up to this point.
Carl explains to the store manager that this is the new way that the band is spelling the name, and that the Frylock Master Shape Meatwad lineup is actually the original lineup of Def Leppard.
Okay.
The most recent bit is actually so recent that we don't even have it in the wiki yet.
Oh, no?
It's from the A Quiet Shake episode from November 26, 2023.
Ooh, 23.
So the setup is that Earth has been invaded by aliens that attack sound. So it's basically a parody of A Quiet Place.
Oh, okay. All right.
So Shake is fed up that he has to be quiet because he's a loud, obnoxious jerk. So he wants to make some noise. And so he, Carl, and Meatwad form a band that Frylock names Van Walen. And Carl and Master Shake are kind of dressed like members of Kiss.
Okay.
But we actually do end up hearing them play over the credits.
To my belt, I'm looking to add 2 more notches. So how about you chicks come and step into my sexual office? And yeah, I know that neither one of you are flawless, but your broads are flawless when you are braless.
That is, in fact, a song about having a threesome in a porta potty.
It's probably the greatest version, the greatest song you're ever going to hear about that.
About that topic, yes.
And since Carl is not technically one of the Aqua Teens, he does have a few musical moments along with Van Walen. And one of my favorites, and this is one I still think of every time I hear the song, comes from the Sirens episode of January 27th, 2008. That season started with the Aqua Teens getting kidnapped by their landlord, who was a vampire, and he's cocooned them in the Mojave Desert, as they keep saying. And they're going to be eaten by military spiders. And so Carl is trying to rent out their house, and he rents out the house to these people, and he learns that they're sirens. They're 3 mythical sirens
from like mythology.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first is Chrysanthemum, voiced by Nico Case.
Oh, okay.
A real singer. The second is the BJ Queen.
What?
It's voiced by Kelly Hogan from the Jody Grind, and now she actually sings with Nico Case. And the third is John Kruk.
John Kruk, the baseball player.
Yes, the Phillies player.
Man, I sense a theme here.
John Kruk.
And he just
random
does his
sports guy.
So he's the third.
Was it actually him or just like a fake version?
It was actually him. Yes, it was actually him.
John Kruk was just kind of like, you'd look at him and you think he's a professional athlete.
Yeah. And they even draw him that way too. Yeah. So they kind of,
I think there was a famous preseason picture of him smoking while playing first base. But I may be confusing with him.
So he tells Carl that the only that he can actually, because Carl had met him before because he threw a battery at his head when they were playing when they were playing the Giants, and so he knocked him down. And so Kruk decides to trick him but he says Carl can audition to become a siren himself, and so he does this dynamite version of Led Zeppelin's Ocean.
Alive! That's from the live album.
We do not like it.
That kind of means they don't like it, Carl.
Carl don't need no instructions to know how to rock.
Whenever the song comes on, all I can hear is Carl. No. Anyway, so I guess he doesn't really count as an actual. I mean, he's auditioning, so I think he counts for this.
Yeah, I guess so.
So we've had on a couple episodes we've said that
he's trying.
Auditioning counts.
Does the sirens count? Because we have Apollo in there.
Yeah. Okay, the sirens count. I don't know if they're already in or not, but they're not in.
We'll have to add them in there. Yeah. Okay. And then Carl.
So are these called the sirens, or are we just I don't need to put them in as their individual names?
Well, they refer to themselves as sirens, but I don't know whether it's the sirens. I don't know whether it's
it's probably SYRENZ.
No, they spell it normally. And they spell that would be amazing. Carl also has a musical appearance in Hoppy Bunny from February 2008, and so his thing is basically, I mean, he's like this fat, balding, kind of dirty guy, and he is convinced he's a women's dream, but he also has terrible luck reading women. Yeah. So he buys this instructional DVD about playing the recorder to get women. And the recorder.
That is man. I like when it's time.
This is not even the weirdest part.
When it's time for your kids to play the recorder in school is like one of the worst the worst semesters of your life, because you're just like, no, not the recorder. Why, God? Everybody hates them. All my homies hate the recorder.
Everybody has to buy their own recorder, and they play the recorder.
And the kids lose it, and you got to get a new one. And it's like, I didn't want the first one.
Well, this recorder has wires that go into his brain through all of his organs.
That sounds right.
They turn his skin green, make his ears stick out, and force him to play and dance and dress like an elf for a furry dance party.
A dance party for furries?
Yeah, it's a dance party for furries.
This recorders are a gateway drug to this sort of thing.
This is all done. This is all caused by Hoppy Bunny, a brain surgeon who refers to dancing in a fursuit as his religion. And the best thing is that he's voiced by Scott Adsit, Pete Hornberger
from 30 Rock.
So I saw the credits. I was like, oh my God, Scott Adsit. He's like so adjacent to so many fake bands.
Yeah, and he had the fake band in 30 Rock that was the Alan Parsons. Oh no, the Pete Hornberger Alan Parsons project.
Yeah.
Well, they had that other one too that he did with
Soundmound.
Yeah,
Soundmound Rocks the Town.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And actually, Adsit voiced another fake band or a fake band character in this show. In the 2.5 Star Wars out of 5 episode from 2009, he voices Drew Baca, who was a Wookiee bassist for Tribble Tunes, which is a 5-piece Star Trek tribute band.
Why?
I don't know why they have a Wookiee in the Star Trek tribute band. We don't.
It's like when we do the Star Wars episode, and Alan says "Live long and prosper."
Yeah,
that's what this is right here.
So we don't ever hear them play, but we do actually see their press photo, and it's just 4 people dressed like in Starfleet uniforms and a Wookiee. It's so odd. Yeah,
Drew
he did not get the memo.
No. I also have to mention Carl's love of the band Totem Pole.
Oh, yeah.
The world's greatest East German metal band.
I remember East Germany.
They're actually voiced by a real German band, Wolf Chant, I don't know how to. And they're a trio that we meet in the August 2012 Totem Pole episode. And the band is on their Trapped Inside Alive tour. And they were planning to record a live album called Loving It Live in Philadelphia. But their Philadelphia gig got canceled, so they recorded it where the show was set in New Jersey.
Okay. Well, no one cares.
According to Frylock, all of the band's lyrics center on forming human totem poles and shoving heads up asses.
This is kind of a precursor to that movie that they had.
Human Centipede?
Human Centipede, yeah.
Lord.
Their mascot is Lenny the Troll, who's a small green troll.
If you're a good metal band, you got to have a mascot.
Yeah. And during the episode, Carl displays a series of previous albums by the band, including Poles on Patrol, Poles and Souls, Polaroid, Glory Pole. As he says, that's the seminal album. That's the Desert Island disc. Polling Place with 1 L. For Whom the Bell Polls. Polgasm. How many poles to screw in the bulb? Pole Night. Not Polite to Say No to Pole Night, which was their first English language album. And Ring Thrust.
Yeah.
And they sound pretty much like what you'd expect.
I sight, I fear.
Yeah. And of course, Carl gets his head shoved into Lenny to the Troll's anus.
Oh, no.
Again,
no.
pretty much what you'd expect.
Carl suffers a lot on the show. A lot.
And then some skeletons come in and attack the show. Again,
of course.
Pretty much what you'd expect at this point. Yeah. It's an odd episode. We should
no, Alan. Every episode is an odd episode.
Even for the show, it's an odd episode.
Even for the show,
yeah,
that's a high bar, Alan.
Yeah. We should mention also Zen Pusher Gas, who are just mentioned as an aside in the Hands on a Hamburger episode. They're just mentioned.
Zen Pusher Gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like there's some joke I'm missing there.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand
It's probably a German word.
Yeah.
Zen Pusher Gas.
But it should be, now it's time to conclude with the biggest musical act in the show, that it appeared in as a major part of 3 episodes. He popped up in the movie and a couple spin-off webisodes. And we're talking about MCP Pants, a.k.a. Sirloin, a.k.a. Little Brittle.
Oh, yeah.
So he begins as an 11-year-old rapper, and that's MCP Pants, and his prepubescent rhymes are really connecting with Meatwad, who's playing it over and over and over again, and ends up getting Carl addicted to listening too. And he's introduced in the MCP Pants episode, and they spelled the episode with just the letter P.
Right, MC letter P Pants.
So I'm assuming
that's the episode title. The character's name is MC PEE Pants.
So I'm assuming that was because they didn't want to have TV Guide print the word P or I don't know.
That's all I can figure.
It's very odd, yeah. So his single, his as far as we know, his only single is "I Want Candy."
Nasty, do it to your daddies, embarrass your whole family. Just cause you came between a kid and his candy, I need candy. Any kind of do, don't care if it's nutritious or FDA approved, it's gonna make me spaz like bobcats on booze. A hyperactive juice that only I can produce. I've used a giant drill, going straight into hell, releasing ancient demons from their sleep forever spell so they can walk upon the earth and get resituated.
It's an incredibly catchy song.
It is. MC Chris is a talented musician.
He is a very talented musician. He has other songs they mention, but that's the only one we ever really hear. And then later on, we discover they go to 612 Wharf Avenue, and they find, which is where all of his schemes are, and they define that MCP Pants actually looks just like a printout on foam core of a little boy holding a candy thing, and it's actually being held by a 8-foot spider wearing a disposable diaper and a shower cap, and that's the actual real MCP Pants.
Yes.
And we discover,
I was wondering why an 11-year-old boy would call himself MCP Pants.
Yes. So,
you think that an 11-year-old would try to get away from a name like
that?
No.
So his goal is to get kids so whacked out on candy that he can use their elevated blood sugar to power a drill into hell that would release demons into the world to run his worldwide diet pill empire.
Well, of course, Alan, it's in the lyrics to the song. It's right there. It's obvious.
A classic theme,
It's he's putting it all on the line. I don't see why people are getting all, distraught over it.
That's the funny thing is actually the lyrics spell it all out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's right there.
And I think that, to his credit, MC Chris came up with actually a very catchy thing that actually does spell out this ridiculous plan. So they defeat him, and he gets sent back to hell. And then later, Satan decides to reincarnate him, and he become in the Super Sirloin episode of 2003. And in this one, he's kind of a chunky African-American rapper who looks a little bit like Heavy D. And his song is "Doing It for the Shorties." But then we also see it's a socially conscious plea for food for hungry kids.
Right.
Listen closely. Give me all your groceries. Cause a little baby screaming, man, I need a hoagie. Somebody console me. Somebody hold me. Somebody ball me up a pot of pierogies. Think about what faces. All the little faces. Come on, y'all. Let's erase it. For the shorty. It's P and it's sirloin in the hizzy. And don't you forget it.
But then we also see that he's also foam core printout. and he's being waved around by a diaper-wearing cow, also with a shower cap.
Wait a minute. So he starts out as MCP pants.
Yes, he's a giant,
which is an 8-foot spider in a diaper with a foam core little kid as he raps, and he gets sent back down to hell.
Yeah.
And so Satan sends back, instead of a spider, a cow in a diper with
and a shower
foam core version of
African American heavyset rapper.
Oh,
okay.
So
and what's the plan?
That those came from Kazinkos. They're expensive.
What's the plan this time, Alan?
And so his plan is to collect all of the food to let it rot. And so he wants tons of rotting food because it'll attract flies, and then he can address, because the way they eat is they spit out stomach acid. So he's going to collect that stomach acid and use it to melt the walls of the bank, to go into the bank to steal money so that he can pay for the patio furniture he rented.
No, you never rent. You do layaway. You don't rent.
That was
idiot.
That was Frylock's point. He was like, "What are you doing? You don't rent. Renting furniture is a terrible idea." So they deal with him by taking him to an actual literal slaughterhouse.
No,
they send him up the chute, and
there's a lot of the show's got a lot of dark humor.
He ends up back in hell. Then in September 5th, 2004 episode Little Brittle, he's reincarnated again. And this time he's reincarnated as an elderly man named Little Brittle. And he performs as Little Brittle and the Sea Bag. And
the colonoscopy bag.
Yeah, this is Seabag. We don't know.
Is there more? Is he got a crew? Is Seabag the crew?
We never see anyone other than Little Brittle.
Okay,
so.
it's just on.
It sounds like the second best show about colostomy bag ever made.
Yes, we know the best one. Yes,
it was our show.
Our show.
It was our show for Channel 101.
Yes,
that was a good show. What was it called?
It was Shit Back from Tomorrow.
Charles came up with a name, and I think I just sat at work one day and wrote out this ridiculous thing about it.
It was a great episode. It was a great episode, and then I said we should resubmit it because we didn't make it in the lineup for Channel 101. I said we resubmit it with Canadian accents and be Shit Back from Toronto. But no, we just
never did that. So he's stuck in an old folks home, in like a really crappy, bad old folks home, and so he puts out a song called "Please Come Visit Me, Dog." And he only puts it in Transylvania. And here's what the song sounds like.
Please come visit me, dog. The residue of many who are about to die. Emit from the treasure castles which I now reside. Come before 7. That's when they close the blinds. Coming down, skip my watch, which is no surprise. I suck applesauce, do a bendy straw. When I poop, all the nurses come in applaud. I used to sleep with the vamp, used to bunk with broad.
And so his goal is to put it on Transylvania because he wants to become big among the vampires that live there, so that a vampire would come and bite him on the neck and make him immortal, so he wouldn't have to go back to hell and get reincarnated.
Oh, okay. How'd that work out for him, Alan?
Well, he got so excited when he was actually bit by a vampire is that he went out into the sun and then exploded.
So was he an actual old man at this point?
He was an actual old man at this point, yes. And
in a diaper, probably.
He was in a diaper.
Shower cap?
A shower cap and everything. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Consistent. I like it.
Later on, he gets reincarnated as a worm, again wearing a shower cap and a little diaper. And then a fly wearing a shower cap and a diaper. He doesn't record any more music, but he is he's a fly, he is forced to consume feces. So yeah. I Want Candy did end up on the movie soundtrack. It's actually worth looking up. It's a great song. It's a really fun song. And as I mentioned, that is MC Chris again. So and you should, if you're interested in podcasts and stuff, None of This Matters is their podcast. It's really fun. Chris, sorry we couldn't interview you.
The podcast is by who?
It's by Dana Snyder, the voice of Master Shake and MC Chris. And they talk a little bit about, they haven't done it in about, I guess, almost a year now, but they talk a little bit about like the early days of Adult Swim, and it actually sounds kind of like an amazing place. I mean, it was really like a very fertile.
Everything was taken off. There was obviously a lot of great, comedy and humor going on between everybody, and then just a lot of juices flowing there.
Yeah. So, but
that's a lot of stuff. Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot. That was the first few years, and so we'll probably come back later on at some point with some of the other ones. But I kind of like
Adult Swim 2, Electric Boogaloo, coming soon to a podcast near you.
I got a day job, and I had to come into work, and I couldn't stay up all night watching cartoons. So sadly, But yeah, Aqua Teen Hunger Force wraps us up there.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we've learned a lot We talked about a lot of old cartoons. Yes. I don't know what we're talking about.
We've talked about older.
Yes.
Have we talked about older cartoons?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. I don't even know. But we'll have a all-new episode next week.
Yes.
Till then, I'm Charles. There's Alan.
See you later.
There's T. Mike.
Farewell.
And this has been the Rocklopedia Fake Bandica. Thanks for listening. You've been listening to the Rocklopedia Fake Bandica, a production of the Van Gogh Sketch Comedy Group. The hosts are Alan Benson, T. Mike Childs, and Charles Rempel. Our editors are Alan Benson and Charles Rempel. Please be sure to subscribe to the Rocklopedia on your service of choice so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear from you, so leave a review or email us at fakebands@vgg.com. And don't forget to visit fakebands.com and the mothership, vgg.com. Thanks for listening.